Hey guys, it's Kelsey here, your best friend on the Homestead from roughandtumblefarmhouse.com. Today we're headed on the road yet again. We're going to one of our sort of neighboring small towns so you can meet a small business owner that I think you're going to find really interesting. So Chrissy Davenport, she has a business called Re-Ewe'able, and it's one of my favorite stores. There's so many cool things in it. But before she had this really neat downtown store, she started just having a really small farm and sort of a little bit of a homestead side hustle. And from there, she's taken it to this really awesome location that's downtown. Fergus Falls is the name of the town, which in itself, it's a town, I think about 14,000. So it's a little bit bigger in terms of small towns, but it's still a really great, innovative business, and she makes it work in a small community. So I wanted to share Chrissy's story because I thought some of you might sort of identify with her and her journey. You might find some things inspiring or get some great ideas from her for your own sort of homestead business if you wanted to take it up to the next level. So let's go see Chrissy. Here we are with Chrissy Davenport at Re-Ewe'able, and she's going to tell us a little bit about her store. But first of all, Chrissy, I want to find out sort of how you got started, because a lot of my audience are small farmers, homesteaders, and I know you have a farm at home. So tell us a little bit about that first.
Yeah, so it was about 11 years ago, 10 years ago, my husband and I bought a farm, and it started with the chickens, and we got cows, and then I ended up getting a adopted border collie mix, and I thought he needed a job to do, so that led to me buying my flock of sheep, Rommeldale CBM. I picked them because they are a fine wool breed of sheep, and they are also a meat sheep. So hand spinners love their wool, and then I also had the meat side of it too. So good dual purpose sheep. And I will say that I fell in love with them. They're just amazing sheep. And a lot of people around us farm and they have cows and they're like, why are you doing sheep? Why? And I'm like, it'll be fine, it'll be fine. And honestly, it has been. They've been great, easy, I think. So anyways, got them and tried herding. First dog, he was a flop. He didn't want to do the herding thing. But I started marketing my wool to hand spinners and fiber artists. And after about 4 or 5 years, I started messing with their wool and trying to wash it and do all the things that people were buying it to do. I don't have a lot of time to do those fiber arts myself. I do a little bit of felting, but that's about it. I've tried spinning and crocheting and knitting and whatnot. But yeah, so that's how I ended up with our sheep, or my sheep. And then about 4 years ago, I started watching other farms taking their waste wool and turning it into pellets, wool pellets, as a natural fertilizer and soil amendment. And I thought, that is so cool, because sheep are growing wool every day, and my sheep, there's probably 12 pounds of wool from each sheep. And out of that, maybe 6 of it is good fiber that goes to hand spinners and artists. The rest is waste. So I was like, well, I've got waste wool. I know lots of farms have waste wool. So I watched it, I learned about it, and last year in 2024, we bought the equipment to make the wool pellets. So we started doing that, did all of my waste wool. Friends that have sheep, I got their wool, and then I started buying wool from larger farms here in Minnesota to pellet. So that is how Re-Ewe'able came about, just finding that market for a waste product. And I thought that was so cool. So, but it has nitrogen and potash and sulfur and other micronutrients in it. It absorbs water. It's great for our plants and our gardens, putting organic material into our gardens. Can be used in-ground vegetable gardens, flower beds, containers, pots, house plants, all sorts of gardening applications. So yeah, and then in addition to me making the pellets and selling them, we also do pelleting for other farms. So typically in the spring and over the summer, other farms bring me or send me their wool, and I pellet it and I send it back to them, and they either use it or they sell it themselves. So
oh wow, it's such an awesome business model. And your wool pellets were the first ones actually I had ever seen or encountered. So it's such a cool thing that you're kind of, I feel like, at the forefront of that, at least in our area of Minnesota, to start with that.
yeah, and that's one of the reasons why we kind of jumped when we did. It was getting closer. Like, I'd seen it out west and I saw it out east. And then I heard of a few places in Wisconsin doing it. I hadn't known of anybody in Minnesota, and I'm like, we got to do this. We have to bring it to Minnesota. So yeah, I don't know if anybody else in the state is doing it yet or not. There's other people selling pellets because I've pelleted for other farms. And I do know some other farms have used the people in Wisconsin or other close areas to do their pelleting too. So, which is, I think it's great. Like somebody asked me, they're like, isn't it just a lot of competition? I'm like, not really, because they're new. Like you had never seen them before. Lots of people have never seen or even heard of using wool in a garden before. So even though there's all these other people doing it, it's great because they're getting the word out about the benefit of using this product that is often seen as waste from farms and doing something good with it.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So tell me, how did you guys go from, just kind of your small scale wool pellet production on your own farm to going to a whole store like this? Because that seems like a pretty big leap to make.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, so the whole Re-Ewe'able thing just got me thinking more and more about using natural products and making small changes at our house in ways that we could do products that don't have all the chemicals. Have a list of ingredients that's like this long and that you can actually pronounce them and know what they are. So last year, all of this happened like really fast. Like Re-Ewe'able was created in pellets, and then later on in the same year, I knew the people who ran Soapworks here in Fergus, and I knew that they were going to retire. They wanted to retire, and their products are great. They have a big following for people who really love their products. And when I heard they were going to retire, I was like, oh, that's interesting. I wonder what's going to happen to this store. But at that point, I'm like, I don't think that can work. Like we just did Re-Ewe'able. Like I've got to get this going. And as the summer went on, I saw more information come out about Soapworks being available for sale, and I had to do it. Like I had to talk to them and see if it was going to work. And I had known them. So 13 years ago, we used to do maple syrup. We collected the sap, made the syrup, and we sold it at farmers markets and whatnot. Anyways, I met them, the owners of Soapworks, there at that first farmers market. So I knew what type of people they were, good people. And so we talked about the possibility of me purchasing Soapworks so it didn't have to close if they were going to retire. And yeah, met them the next day, talked to them, and I was like, this is what I want to do. That's how it all happened.
So quick.
Yeah, very quick. And the products that they were making and now that I am making are made with intention, if that was her term. And I love it. Like all of the recipes, all of the products, she really poured her heart and soul into finding products that are good for the planet, good for you, as natural as we can make it, and that work. So I was like, that's Re-Ewe'able. And she's like, yes, it is. It's a great fit. So now I'm making those products and trying to use local or Minnesota ingredients and products as I can in making those products, and trying to keep going what they had built, because a lot of their products have a following, but yet at the same time adding in a few of my own things. When I first started, I wanted to make a dog shampoo bar. Gotta keep those border collies, those hardworking dogs clean. So we did that, and that's been very well received and very, very good. And then another was in our house, we used a lot of lanolin cream because it's very good for your skin and it's healing, and especially those tough farm dry hands. So that was another product that we added in when we bought the store. So.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
So let's go around. Let's look at the store. There's so many cool things in here. And so we're going to go around, and Chrissy can show us some of her favorites, some of the things she's talked about, some of the things she makes herself, so that you guys watching this, hopefully if you already have sort of a small business coming from your homestead or your farm, hopefully this will give you some ideas and some inspiration about just how far you can take it.
All right, so these are the wool pellets. If you've never seen them before, they look just like wood pellets that you'd use in a wood pellet stove. And we sell them in 1 pound, 2 pound, and 3.5 pound bags, and also bulk. Wool felted soaps. So I take the natural soaps that we make and then wrap them in wool, felt them in wool. Air fresheners made out of felted wool items, and these are really popular felted wool scrubs that can be used in the kitchen or in the bathroom. As of the moment, or at this moment, I think that we are the only refillery in Otter Tail County here in Minnesota. So what you can do is bring in your empty containers, doesn't have to be from us, and you can refill. We have foaming and regular liquid hand soaps, laundry detergent, all-purpose cleaner, glass cleaner, and some of our other products are on the refillery as well, like our shower oil, our lotions, our room and body mists are also on the refillery. These are all of our cold processed soaps, and we have lard-based, tallow-based, plant-based, and then goat milk-based as well. We have a wide variety of products that we make here in the house, like our room and body spray, our goat milk hand and body cream, solid lotion bars, deodorants, and itch relief sprays. Some of our most popular products are our shower oils, our ultra creamy hand and body lotion, and lately it's been the magnesium cream and the magnesium sprays, and there's also our recovery cream, which is amazing for hands that need that extra care, that crack, that are really, really dry. Also works great for sunburns.
Thank you so much, Chrissy, for showing us around your store. It's absolutely beautiful. And when we get done with this video, I'm going to do a ton of shopping. So if other people are interested in getting your products, but they don't live around Fergus Falls, Minnesota, where can they find them?
They can find them on www.Re-Ewe'able.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
and thank you guys so much for watching. If you are interested in finding out more, make sure you visit her website. Otherwise, pop a comment below. I'm happy to answer questions or ask Chrissy to answer the question. Otherwise, we will see you here next week for more from our Rough and Tumble farmhouse and maybe another cool local business.